NBA. Welcome, everyone. Get set to bring you some terrific. And then from Minnesota, Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Towns. Muhammad. So on the floor for Minnesota. Then it's Ricky Rubio. And it's Wiggins. And
can at least get a little bit of a breather. Have that last year. They got pummeled by the entire conference.
And he gets it to go.
Wow, what a pass there.
New York calls timeout.
Patience. Patience. Taking early threes is leading to long rebounds, which equal to transition points. Make the defense move, and let's pass up a good shot for a great shot. Let the game come to you. We're forcing the issue too much.
And now to our rookie leaderboard for a look at this month's steal leaders among the young guys. Fourth, Freak.
And if those numbers show us anything, it's how good he is at picking up on ball handlers' tendencies and knowing when to make his move.
Well, he's a premier pickpocket last month among rookies. You can't afford to get lazy around him, because he'll leave you empty-handed for sure.
And Rubio kicks to Freak. Chang, no luck.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D.
And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for Minnesota.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters, defensive effort.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
Catching up on the changes for New York, Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Lopez, and Langston Galloway subbed in for Jose Calderon. Here's Kay. Carmelo Anthony comes up with the rebound. Knicks trail by 5. On up the court. Galloway with the bucket. Galloway has got his first bucket of the night.
Carmelo Anthony showing you his passing skill there.
Miller dishes to Freak. And it's good.
How about the burst in that first step, just right to the rim?
Knicks have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far, right at the 50% mark. New York shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
One of the things they've done, guys, is taken pride in their free throw shooting this season, and rightfully so.
Williams is checked in for New York. Knicks last season had a lot of problems here in Manhattan, and it showed all over the floor, Greg. And you played for this team. You know what it's like to play basketball in New York. Not a good record for them at home last year.
How about playing in front of a sold-out crowd every night? And one thing about New York, they're going to let you know when they're displeased. Worst home record in the East and second worst home record in the league.
Lots of room. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, Greg. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard for it as they should have. And, you know, for the Knicks, there were a lot of reasons why they were bad at home. Bottom 5 in field goal percentage, against at home field goal defense, and third worst field goal percentage at home in the league.
A brief check now of the stats for O'Quinn. Some impressive play from him over the last month. Averaging about 7 points a game, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's been a rock in the middle for them over that stretch of games. Dominating the glass is his trademark.
And when you look at those rebounds, they have a cumulative effect on the opponent. His effort wears them down physically and mentally.
Kevin Serafin is checked in for Carmelo Anthony.
And, you know, commend the Knicks faithful. They still would sell this place out. And you have to give a shout-out to the fans for sticking through what was a very difficult year. At least it has to get better.
Miller, the pass to Kay. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. A young team trying to find their place in the league can have it tough on the road, Clark, and the 2015 Timberwolves typify that sentiment.
In spades, 7-34 on the road last season. Dead last in the West as they won only 3 road games against the rest of the conference.
Outside Williams, pass to Serafin. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. First trip to the line for him here.
Yeah, he's at 81% from the line, and when we've had a chance to see him, he's had great form and continues to look confident.
You know, even in games where he hasn't been at his best this season, I mean, he still managed to get it done at the charity stripe when he gets his opportunities.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And here's Freak. He had 25 points in the win against Denver.
And also, he competed on the backboards. That also had a lot to do with the game. Just no chance for the smaller defender to block that shot.
He's really, really good at using his size to free himself up for those mid-range jumpers. A master at it. He is so adept at finishing in the low post.
Next down, 22.
Out of bounds, New York takes possession.
And that's just a risky play to make a heave like that. Not worth it.
And here's Freak on his experience as a one-and-done college player.
It was definitely a hard decision. I had to sit down with my family and weigh the options and really take the time to figure out what's best for me. It was tough. I mean, I loved my team, my coaches, and just the whole college experience, you know. But on the other hand, there's always a risk of injury, you know. I just felt like I was ready to take my game to the next level, so why wait? And I think it turned out for the best. No regrets.
Now with more and more freshmen, Clark. A different look for New York. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Lopez. Anthony comes in for Thomas. And it's a Flalo in for Langston Galloway. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Garnett. Freak comes in for Wiggins. Zach LaVine's checked in for Muhammad. And Andre Miller is subbed in for Ricky Rubio. On the court for Minnesota, Anthony Towns and Pekovic are up front. Andre Miller is out there with LaVine. And it's K in at the 3. The Timberwolves. Making a switch here. Shang's checked in. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Nuggets played some outstanding basketball. He finished with 25 points and collected 6 huge rebounds to go with that. The cherry on top for him, in addition to his outing, was ending the losing streak his team had been suffering through. We all know how big those moments can be for a team, Kevin.
Thanks for the great report, Doris. Guys, the way he carried them that night, I thought was truly incredible.
Unreal. I mean, he was literally on another planet in that game. He did it all on the floor.
What's interesting to me, guys, is to see how much energy he's able to play with here tonight. I mean, his legs still have to be a little heavy from that last game.
Anthony, no one around. Misses off the right iron.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in control of this game.
And no doubt about it, rebounding is an effort stat, folks. They've been more determined than their opponent thus far.
And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line. And that sends Freak to the free throw line. That one's on Anthony. And New York making a change here. Williams is checked in. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Pass to Anthony. And it's blocked by K. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here.
Ball.
5 on the clock. Williams. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
You know, watching Aaron Aflalo, incredible form on his jumper. Excellent mid-range shooter who's made himself into one of the league's better three-point shooters, too.
The 10-footer. That's good. Zhang's got his second bucket of the night.
And scoring at will, starting to pull away here.
Certainly this one's threatening to get out of hand, and soon, partner.
Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. And talking about Aflalo's impeccable shooting form, Greg, he can do it so efficiently in several seasons. He has been over 40% beyond the arc.
And also a terrific free throw shooter to go along with that. But it's his high percentages from mid-range that are really impressive. Hey, former NBA Shooting Stars champion.
Right.
Does that mean anything? Probably not.
Knicks trail by 18. There's 1:17 left to play here in the half. Some nice passing by New York here. Here's Calderon. Rebounded by Kay. Freak's got his third rebound on the night.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
The fast break opportunities do not get any easier than that one off the steal.
Exactly. The defense really no chance to get back.
Rebound by Williams.
And fancy finishes like that look great, but man, it's embarrassing when you blow them.
Shot's good by Anthony.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Minnesota with the ball. They led by as many as 18 points. They host the Kings after this game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Here's Freak. Begovic with a screen. Here's Kay. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And we finished one half of...
Well, Ricky, what...
Welcome back. Kevin Serafin, he's checked in for Lopez. Lance Thomas comes in for Anthony. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Jose Calderon. And then for Minnesota, Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Towns. Gorgie Dang comes in for Kevin Garnett. And Freak subbed in for Muhammad. Porzingis is out there with Kevin Serafin. Then there's Aflalo. Then it's Thomas. And it's Galloway in at the point. That's the 5 for New York right now.
I mean, the Knicks were bad last year, and it became evident early on. As the season grew older, more and more of their national coverage games were being pulled.
And Rubio kicks to Freak.
Move the ball. Stick it too much.
Clock at 6. Rubio dishes to Freak. Shoots a 3. Can't hit. And New York will come the other way. Fresh from a win against Portland.
Yeah, the confidence just exuding in that performance on the offensive end. I mean, really illustrates how this team clicks when guys are communicating and executing as a cohesive unit.
Yeah, roadkill is hard to get in this league. I mean, to be a great NBA team, you've got to be able to have that kind of performance on the road. Focused, purposeful, and productive. Really solid.
Last season ended with the Knicks pretty much packing it in, but Clark, it didn't start out that way.
You know what? Not at all. I mean, the Knicks were picked by many, Kevin, to be a playoff team last season. Clearly, things did not go as planned.
Catching up on the changes for New York, Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Kevin Serafin, and it's Williams in for Porzingis. The Beans checked in for the Timberwolves. Here's Williams, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. That's on Nikola Pekovic.
And it became clear that thinking about the Knicks again, I mean, it made sense for a team with injuries and being in disarray on the floor. to just battle for that lottery.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
You know, kind of packing it in for the sake of being better in the future can possibly work in New York for a year or two, but not longer than that. The media will eat you up there if you don't start making some progress towards winning, pleasing basketball.
And that one's good. Freak's got 23.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
And stolen by Freak. And here we go. Fast break. Oh!
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. Andre Miller's checked in for Minnesota. Now here's Aflalo. He's guarded closely. Doubled by Kane. 1:29 left in the third. From deep Aflalo. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. 12 points for Aaron Aflalo.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Here's Kane. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And checking out numbers for Freak, he's been fantastic over the last 10 games or so, averaging 25 points per, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. So much of what this team does revolves around his offense.
Well, his mindset allows him to stack those points up. He wants to carry the load, and clearly he does.
Jose Calderon, he's checked in for New York. Minnesota also with the sub. Muhammad's checked in, and the foul called on Freak. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Aflalo, the offensive rebound. Timberwolves leading by 6. Bean passes to Kay.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
What a tremendous showing from the three-pointer all through this game.
Don't overlook the success they've had at the free throw line tonight either.
And stolen by Freak. There's the pass to Dang. Levine kicks to Freak. From the arc. Basket number 8 for him on 13 tries. That's 62% so far.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Kicks it to Williams. Dishes to Aflalo. They double him with Freak. 6 to shoot. There's the pick. Calderon passes to O'Quinn. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. The dish to Freak. Here's the 3. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
It has been a three-point barrage for them since halftime.
Not sure if it's been by the...
Ladies and gentlemen,
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Serafin comes in for Aaron Aflalo. And it's Kyle O'Quinn in for Jose Calderon. Minnesota also making some changes. Nikola Pekovic comes in for Towns. And Freak subbed in for Andrew Wiggins. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, in the backcourt, Rubio and Muhammad. Freak is out there with Garnett. And it's Pekovic. And that one's good. Pekovic has got 4 points this quarter.
Really a heads-up play on both ends there. The steal and the quick push on the break.
Rapid-fire basketball at its best.
On the defensive end, I want some of you to crash the glass and get control of the ball. The rest of you, leak out so we can get some easy transition points.
A different look for New York. Derek Williams checked in for Lopez. Calderon comes in for Porzingis, and Langston Galloway subbed in for Carmelo Anthony. The Timberwolves also changing it up. Levine comes in for Shabazz Muhammad, and Miller subbed in for Ricky Rubio. And that one's good. 11 points for Williams.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Miller dishes to Freak. 1:37 left in the fourth quarter. Just 5 on the clock. Williams with the steal.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Minnesota.
A given night, one or two guys might have the off night from the line, but today the team did a much better job with their free throws.
They did not lose focus, and that made a huge difference in the result.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
It sure is. It's just a 2-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game 2 that they had tonight.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Freak. He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Williams with the steal. And now in transition, here's Williams. Here we go. He feeds it to O'Quinn. The basket is good off the assist from Williams.
And this run not really doing them any good at this point, as late as it's starting to evolve.
Yeah, but kudos to him, Greg. I mean, the fight they're showing now, you got to give them credit for that. Would have been really easy to pack it in.
Here's Kay. Garnett kicks to Levine. Freak with it. Trying his luck deep. No good. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of
the 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan play. Freak. He had an outstanding third quarter. Whatever they needed in terms of energy and offense, he was the firepower that propelled them during the second half.
That was Freak turning up the volume right there, baby, all the way up to 11. And the stereo only goes to 10, Ernie, but we're at 11 right now. The man himself may be quiet, but his performance spoke very loudly.
He was doing some serious battling with the bigs down low. He's not afraid to go hard to the rack wherever he had the chance. He doesn't care about their size. He's going in there, and he's going in there often. I think he caught him off guard with that aggressive behavior.
And, folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith,